am a huge fan of Divergent. I had been waiting for this movie for so long. What drew you to the role of Caleb when you first read the script?
When I read the script, you obviously take in the world first. It's just like, it's not taking place right now. It's taking place in the future. We don't know when, with crazy circumstances. These factions in Chicago, which is, it's looking totally different. There's no lake anymore. The buildings are covered in wind turbines. Society's split into these factions. Everyone has these different outfits on representing their faction. It's like a world. I was a huge fan of Lord of the Rings growing up. I've always wanted to be part of sort of like an epic story like this. So reading it, first of all, the world, it drew me in. And then Caleb is a character that has a real conflict and an arc. He's not necessarily the leading man in the story, which is interesting. He's not just like the perfect guy who the audience is going to love throughout all the stories. The audience might hate him. He could be he's like sort of the antagonist in the next stories, especially. And that's interesting as an actor to have that arc. So especially when you're going to be playing someone for years to come, you want to make sure it's someone who you're interested in playing.
I have to ask you about the set, because when you read the book, you get this distinct vision in your head of what the world looks like. And for you as an actor, when you finally walk onto that set and you see it and it's tangible, what do you think?
It's crazy, because I mean, a lot of the times when you would say that and someone would be like, actually no, it wasn't tangible, it was green screen. But so much of the set was actually tangible. You walk in, the pit, the Dauntless, pretty much all of Dauntless was totally tangible, no green screens. The Erudite headquarters was real, and then a lot of it was actually just like the Abnegation Village was built outside, the exterior and the interior was built inside a studio. So, I mean, that goes with me saying, why I'd want to do an epic film. It's pretty insane, people have spent so much time building these things, building houses that we're going to shoot 2 scenes in and then tearing them down. It's insane.
But you can totally see all the work that went into it when you watch this movie.
Yeah,
in the
that's
film,
great.
In the film, I was thinking about how you never really lose your fears. You kind of just learn how to deal with them. And if the fear landscape were a real thing today, what would we see in Ansel Elgort's simulation?
I don't think I ever think about that. I think that human beings naturally try to pretend like they're not afraid of anything, or if they do, I repress my fears. Like I never think about what I'm afraid of, just because we get to live in a world where, luckily in like this modern day America and stuff, like I'm pretty comfortable. My life's pretty good, and that's so nice, I suppose my fear would be like if like everything fell apart and something like happened here, like it happened in Ukraine, that would be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really like a crazy fear of mine, and that's actually kind of messed up that I'm not really afraid of that because I'm so comfortable here, because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
And we're just so lucky to have the world the way we have it.
Made in Hollywood.